What's poppin', people? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. We've got finals of some week of Digimon. I think people are mostly deproxied. I mean, we're seeing the pre-release Veemon, so I think Emily is at least fully deproxied or close to it. Veemon in the back and Davis play the search of Veemon is basically as strong a start as you can get, whereas we cannot say the same for Beelzemon here. Is going to pick up the rookie, so I guess they're just searching for the Warp Impmon. I'm just going to go for the double Iron Marco is going to hit the 4. So we're going to be able to actually push up pretty aggressively next turn, which is also why we're going to see the aggressive push up here from Emily. So gains 1 at the start of main phase because of, and then swings in, does get the draw off the Magnamon, and I mean, fair play, is going to choose to go into the other Veemon rather than going into a brand new other Veemon. I don't hate it. She wanted the aggression because she's okay with her stuff getting deleted. So using the other Veemon from hand to go neg in order to make sure that she gets effectively the same value plus an extra chip. Keep the clock nice and low. Gonna gain that single 1. We're gonna get the Rivals Barrage as well as the Wizardmon popping out of security. No Impmon though to pop the Veemon, so if she does want to get rid of it, she is gonna have, well, we are gonna have to see the Beelzemon actually hit a blast mode, and unfortunately both of those were bottom decked early on. No Impmon to play because an Impmon X is not a valid target, so now we're going to evolve. Gonna tap the Iron Marco to stack the top of the deck. Not gonna be putting anything important, but is gonna gain 1. Is gonna gain the Deathslinger off the second one, so that is gonna be 1 memory to play with. And we do actually finally get that pop. Can't swing. I mean, if they swing, then they get to float, but you're giving up a lot of inherits. And this still just makes it so you get value. We're gonna hit the Rivals Barrage off of it and choosing, I mean, still no Impmons in trash, I guess. Getting ready to put some value in. Of course, start of main does give us the +1 off the Davis, so it's actually set up quite nicely. Gonna swing in that first check, no rivals, is gonna unsuspend, gains the +3k. We're going to swing into security. Hits the slinger, but we're protected now. To be fair, I don't even think it would have been able to pop a 6 at this with this level of trash. I don't think Blinding Ray does much outside of let her extend. So instead, we're just going to go for the Veemon here. You could try and go wide, but you could also just drop the armor. Strip out the Balmon source, which is going to take out the DP. Just makes it a little bit harder for the Veemon, well, for the Beelzemon to actually make it into security. And also means that the blast mode isn't able to swing it over a Magnamon X right now, because that is a thing that is pretty important, is being able to like trade would have been pretty valuable. So we're just going to go for a blinds mill 2, mill, and then we're going to gain a memory, and we are going to get a pop onto the Magnamon, and it is going to hit a Davis. Davis play a Veemon, and we are going to get the unsuspend, and then extra 3k here. A juicy +6. 4 off the top, but none of them are an Iron Marco or Beelzemon in name. Evolve for 2, make that +1, and then hits the Wizardmon as well, so we are chilling. It's going to go into the Beelz X, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, we are going to burn 2, so it was at 20. We are going to then use the 7th in order to pop the lowest. Pop the Veemon that gives back the memory just to try and make it so she can't evolve for -2 next turn. Gonna go into a Balmon here to set up a second float, and we do find the blast mode. We've looped back around, so we will actually shoot the Veemon. So it does actually take some pretty decent value out. Are we gonna end on the Beelstar? No, we're gonna go onto the Beelzemon. And we are gonna gain the 2. So just a 1 choke there. And of course, if anything gets milled for any reason, then we are in trouble, but we are going to burn the protection now, so the Veemon can swing in, and then we are going to swing for game. Really, really nicely done from Emily there on that game 1, giving the protection where she needed to. Blinding Ray can be used very, very aggressively, and I want to aggressively plug all the members. We got some brand new ones, so starting from the top at the Digi-Egg tier, we do have Walter Cerezas and Cass Knights, new to the DigiEggs tier, joined by John Esposito and Jambo TCG. Thank you guys for your unsung support. And for the rookies, Bradley Robb and Greatness Beam. At the champion level, where you do get access to the bonus content, like the stuff that came out yesterday, 1 month early, we do have the champions, Shinny Carry, Coffee Deus, Seb Bainbridge Coombs, Solar Ouroboros, and DHM. And then the ultimates, we have the Tommy NT, Tommy Tricks on the sticks, and 3 Strike Cruel. And then at the mega tiers, who is an ultimate here on YouTube, as well as a tier 3 on Twitch, Just Justice Josh, and just in time for the start of game 2. The Warp Imp and the Wizard in the back is a pretty solid way to start things off going first. We're going to see the ST9 Veemon. Unfortunately, if that was BT12, would have been able to double hit into the Davis, but the Power Creep card, unfortunately, does not hit both, just finds the free type. Wizard X is set up blocker, and then a Balmon guarantees now that we are going to actually get the easy float, pitch off, and pick up the Beelzemon. But it does mean if this stack gets answered, it's not going to float. But then again, like, yes, you could get Heaven's Judgment, but let's be real. Strip and bounce is kind of what this deck does more frequently. If she was trying to go for a low choke, then it would not have worked out in terms of trying to get that yellow source. I mean, I guess she still could have evolved for 2 and then tried to drop the Heavens, but like, why would you? Gonna go for the Mist Memory Boost here, which is going to mill off 2, including another Mist. Do get the pop onto the Veemon though, thanks to the Inherit. And now we're gonna go for the mill 4, which is gonna gain us some memory, then double hit into the Rivals. Actually, no, we don't even have enough. So double hit into the Rivals, it sets up nicely for the next setup. Double Zudo though. She doesn't have enough, so we're gonna go for a Zubagon, and she is going to... Ooh. Never mind. We are 1 short. Has to go for the Blinding Ray first in order to gain the gain the power. So then the Zubagon swings in so she can actually hit the 6. Is going to swing in. Doesn't get any extra nonsense from that. But is set up. And there's no protection now. So Heaven's Judgment will full clear here. But instead just going to go for a 1 choke instead and see if she can set up. We are going to have reboot thanks to the Zubagon. I'm going to crack the boost to go into a Wizard without passing turn. Then we're going to Rivals back the Wizard X to give that blocker. And then presumably we're going to go into a Balmon. Just double check and see what's in trash. We have the Yarmon, so if he swings, we would get some extra value. But instead we're just going to go for the Burn 1 off of there being 10. Shooting the Veemon doesn't feel worth it, because you're going to mill when you swing anyway. Mill to the top to get the Beelzemon, which is going to try and play out some sort of Veemon. Okay, going to put out the deletion one. I don't hate it. I'm kind of surprised she let it through. It's just going to pass turn, sets up the Balmon. That is a blocker, so that is going to take 1 check off the board. But it doesn't really matter because you don't have double blocker here. So, yeah, you don't have double blocker here. So the Veemon has to go sideways into security. Which means that in order to keep the protector stack, she has to trade the stack. Which actually is a really well way of doing this from the Beelzemon player's part. Because they've made it so that she can't maintain that board presence, or she has to give up the Magnet X protection. Because there's no way for her to keep turn here with no aces or any other extenders here, no Davis. You're going to evolve. Never mind, I just straight up cannot read the memory gauge. They were at 3 this whole time. Disregard everything I said for the last... week? Last minute. Or the last week, who knows? I'm gonna get that swing in, and I don't hate it. I don't hate it. She is gonna just, you know, get her... Ooh, she didn't take the protection. Ooh, that was really greedy on her part, actually. By not taking the protection, she has actually given it up for this turn. But we do have a lot of colors. So double clear here, as we do get plus it's 4 casts. So that is enough. I'm surprised the Beelzemon didn't float. Why did the Beelzemon not float? No, the Beelzemon did float already. Because it took the block. I am several mental steps behind. We are going to see a Beelzemon drop though, so now I'm locked back in. When this Impmon swings, we are going to get... Oh, this is actually fantastically well done, because we're going to warp into literally anything. Trash top 4. Okay, so we get to shoot the Magnamon, presumably. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh. Not enough to pop a 6. So we are just going to have to shoot the Magnamon. And then we get to play an Impmon with Rush off the Beelzemon, which puts out a new Warp Impmon. And then this is 2 checks. Does hit the Davis, but the problem here... Oh, actually no. The Beelzemon doesn't have Rush. So we're going to swing, that's going to die. Interesting. Oh, okay, I'm just going to Blast Mode to go through. Yeah, fair enough.
Matrix Digivolution.
Don't you hate it when you're in this situation? Trying to find the number on the dice to show how much DP gain your card has received. It's also unreadable. Now let's take a look at if you had some lovely markers from Conquest Collectibles. Right here you can see it's a lot quicker, a lot simpler, and a lot more efficient. Not only that, but you are signing yourself up to some high quality resin handcrafted markers available in purple, yellow, green, both light and dark, black, orange, and many, many more to your liking. So grab yours today from Conquest Collectibles, links in the description.
Alright, both of them taking a mulligan for their final game. Did not sound like either of them were particularly happy with what they had. And it looks like, whoa, no Veemon off the hit. So we're just going to take the Zudo, because famously Zudo is kind of like a rookie, depending on who you ask. And that is so much building up in the back. Obviously, yes, you're losing out on mill, but building up all the way to the 4 and choking to 2 does hit a rookie off the Evo. So actually, we are so back. We are actually so back. The Veemon finding the Veemon, and then annoyingly, yes, ST9 is not BT12. Does get popped though off of a Randy hit off the missed mem. So I will say, Ouroboros has been getting some very, very good missed hits. We are going to swing for a very large 10k Magnamon, which will make it through. And we're just going to give over 3. In theory, she could have boosted in order to choke to 1, but just going sideways here on the Beelzemon would set up, and even if she did choke to 1, you'd just be trading boost for boost because you can just miss straight back out. I'm going to go into the 4 mil Beelzemon, which... Oh, we don't have the Warp Imp in the back, so it's not actually going to pop the Veemon unless we see a Blast Mode get milled. And I think we're just going to push for extra value. Double hits off the memory and finds the Rival's Barrage, as well as play out of Veemon. And then we've got 2 more to mill. And that is just the double check at security. But we can just start just going for it. We're not really close to 20 yet. So just building up the second stack is pretty valuable. Just setting up in her face because she has to now find Magna X. And by using the X antibodies as well, he's keeping the stack safe from... Zudo, which is super important. The Beelzemon now threatens to float into the Beelzemon, which threatens 2 checks once again. If only that Veemon was in... It's rough, especially with double rivals as well. It just means that the Beelzexes in trash are threatening lethal. Because if she boosts here to try and make it cost the least, then she's still in trouble. Oh, going into a Zudo. That takes the yellow source off the board. I'm going to strip out the ability to load from hand just to try and make it so they have to dig deeper. Interestingly, keeping the Beelzemon stuff, and then gonna go to the Magnet X to set up the tower. Okay. I like that. As much as, like, obviously shooting stuff is dangerous, the fact that there's double rivals here means she does actually have to, like, try and play non-reactive defense. Now the Beelzemons, none of them will float, and he is getting dangerously close to decking out now, but being dangerously close to decking out also means you're in position to do significant damage, as we're sitting on 20-ish plus, and oh dear. Double rivals bring back both. We're going to evolve for 1, burn 2. Ooh, has the protection. And as a result means that she will not be able to swing unsuspend. It will be swing, block. And then the second one will be able to swing for game. So Beelzemon is going to take it here in finals. BT16 deck doing what it can to slow down the Magnas and keep up with them. If you like what you saw and do want to see more, then join the growing list of members as we look to bring you daily Digimon content. As always, I have been Elixir, you have been fantastic, and have yourselves a damn good one.